The series would be over. You stand by that today, this morning. Series over?
Yeah, so. You know, even if the Heat had lost, I still would have been up here. I still would have been enthusiastic. I would have been envisioning a comeback that at least pushed this series to a Game 7. But I'm in no mood to play around. The Miami Heat got beat down last night. They've been beat down the last 2 games in Miami. And I think the thing that has gotten me, and I'll say it, depressed, is the fact that they were tired in the second quarter. They were heaving, they were breathing, and I owe an apology to a whole bunch of people because I'm busy. My man, mind your business before I have you thrown out. Don't get on my nerves.
Today he's serious.
I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there like this. I'm watching this team, and they were heaving. They were like me on a treadmill up against Skip Bayless. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we know I'm not going to last for so long, okay? I'm watching these guys, and in the first quarter, Dwayne Wade was heaving. In the second quarter, I saw LeBron James looking spent. The rest of the team looked tired. And it wasn't because they were older and older than San Antonio and that was it. No, Greg Popovich went like this. Patty Mills, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. And it didn't matter what the Miami Heat did. Popovich insisted that they pushed the tempo. And because of it, Miami literally looked like a team starving for an oxygen mask. I mean, it was unbelievable to watch. Now, to leave it at that would not do the San Antonio Spurs justice. They put on a clinic. They're passing the basketball. They're moving without the basketball. They're using the clock. Sometimes they're taking shots quickly in the clock. The Miami Heat don't know what hit them. But in the end, the best player on the floor has not been LeBron James. Dwayne Wade has not been a star. The supporting cast, you usually need LeBron and D. Wade to be who they are in order for that supporting cast to do its job. They can't do their job. And San Antonio is outplaying and outcoaching them. The better team is dominating this series, but they're not just a better team, they're a team in better condition. And I never thought that I would be saying that about a team with LeBron James on it, but that's how Miami has looked, especially last night.
I must say, as over-emotional and wounded as you sound right now, no honorable mayor of South Beach would abandon ship so quickly on these fine people out here. I got to tell you, the true mayor of South Beach would stick with his town's team till death do them part in 4 games that they would lose.
Well, in my opinion, I am, because I showed up, and I have no desire to. But I'm here. You see what I'm saying? Right. I'm just being a realist.
Okay. Now we're about to have some role reversal on this show.
Okay.
There is no way that even I, as the #1 Spurs supporter in the media, is ready to say this series is over. It is not over. No way is it over. I am not going to fall into that trap here today. And maybe you're trying to lead me into that trap, but I don't hear that in your voice. I don't hear any slickster in what you're saying. I think you are truly, utterly defeated today. But I'm here to remind you, if any team had the psyche to make history, it would be the team that originally was called the Heatles. Remember the Heatles?
Yes. I see a few Heatles shirt out here in the crowd. Heatles shirts.
Right now, the Heatles have history before them. Right?
Yeah.
No team has ever come back from 3-1 in a final.
They believe.
I can do without that song. I appreciate your support. See, you started this. Would you please stop it?
They still believe, ladies and gentlemen, here on South Beach. They still believe.
Okay, so here's my point to you, kind sir. Yesterday at the NBA headquarters hotel across the bay, I ran into dozens of people, and I asked every one of them, who wins tonight? Everybody said the Heat will win and win easily last night. Everybody who came here thought the Heat would win yesterday. I thought the Heat would win. You thought the Heat would win. We all pretty much thought the same thing about Game 3. Now, everybody I have talked to today, starting with you, says it's over in 5 games on Sunday night in San Antonio. It ain't that easy. That's a dangerous phenomenon that is happening, because every time I hear everybody say it's going to go one way, it invariably goes the other way. Now, can I remind you that if the Miami Heat did find some crazy way to steal, if I can use that word, Game 5 on Sunday night in San Antonio, do you realize how the earth would move in the NBA? Do you realize how the NBA world would go crazy and suddenly say, oh my God, LeBron and company, all they have to do is win Game 6 back home, and we're back to Game 7. So this thing could swing crazy wildly off Sunday night. How many times have I said on this show, I don't always trust my Spurs at home? I say again and again, I like them better on the road than I like them at home. And I'm going to remind you again how many times I've used this stat. This regular season, by 5 games, they had the best road record in the NBA. And you just saw why. Because they just clinicked your Heat on the road. Because no team loves to win on the road more than this veteran team loves to pull together and turn down your chance at home. That's what just happened. Okay. But I'm here to remind you. Did the Heat win a game at San Antonio in the finals last year? They won handily in one game. Did the Heat win Game 2 fairly handily this year in the finals? Yes, they did. Yep. What did you tell me off Game 1? That if LeBron James had been able to finish, that the Heat would have won Game 1.
Yeah.
So that would mean that they should have won 2 games already in San Antonio, and now you're telling me they have no shot in a 3rd game? I got to tell you, not only is it not over, but you need to get over yourself today. That's what you need. The mayor needs to get over himself. Am I right, Mayor?
I'm saying to you that I picked the Miami Heat to win this series in 7 games.
Okay.
I think it's over. Now, could they go and win Game 5? Yeah, let me tell you why. Because between now and Sunday, you've got 3 full days rest, okay? And because you've got that rest, I don't think Dwayne Wade will look as bad in Game 5 as he did last night.
All right.
I certainly think that LeBron James will come ready to play. And who knows who else may show up. But then after that, you got a game on Tuesday and, if necessary, Thursday. And this team that is older, because people believe San Antonio's older when, in fact, it's the Miami Heat who are older. When you consider them, the way they looked gassed and completely spent, do I think the Heat have it in them to go from Sunday to Tuesday to Thursday and win this series? No. That's what I'm talking about. But could they win Game 5? Fine. You know, and that's what it is. Now, when you are a mayor, you have to understand that sometimes you have to deliver bad news to your constituents. You have to sit there and look them in the face and say, we will rise again sometime in the near future. But right now, this is what the catastrophe of our situation entails. It is what it is. I hate to be the deliverer of bad news. I hate to bring it. How do you think that I felt knowing that I had to come on this set today and sit across from you with the debacle that took place last night? But I'm here because you know something, that's what you got to do. I hate to be the deliverer of bad news, but it wasn't your obligation to deliver it to my citizens. It was mine. So I have to sit here and approve the message that I'm delivering. All I'm doing is being real with the folks here in Miami. For us to be back here Tuesday would be a miracle. That's how bad they looked last night. That's all I'm saying. You only go, now if you want to ignore last night and say that they have an opportunity, you know, to be back here Tuesday and just ignore last night and wash it away, that's fine. But if last night is any indication, then to me they're done, because I can't even get to the basketball. I'm looking at the fact that, I mean, go back and watch the tape. In the second quarter, the Heat were having a problem running back on defense or defending for 20 to 24 seconds. It was unbelievably embarrassing.
I don't need to watch the tape. It's looping in my psyche.
Yeah, I bet it is.
And by the way, we do have an obligation to inform the folks here what you're really doing. Because you are petrified of any little thing that could go wrong with the San Antonio Spurs. So what you're doing is you're making sure not to take it for granted. But let me erase that notion by telling you this. I've been saying this all year. Give me credit for this. San Antonio never just wanted the title. They wanted Miami because they believed that last year's title should belong to them. These guys are coming. And when I saw a team last night, outside of Patty Mills waving a white towel when they went up 73-49 after a three from Kawhi Leonard, and the crowd was booing the Miami Heat when LeBron had 28 of their first 57 points before them not scoring in the fourth quarter. Outside of that waving of the white towel, what I saw on San Antonio's bench, was a team that said, we still got work to do. We ain't finished.
That's right.
That's a bad sign for Miami.
Okay, I'm going to remind you again, my Spurs were up 5 points with 28 fateful seconds left.
No.
And I'm not going to revisit that. I don't want to relive that. I don't want them to relive that. I don't want that to start creeping back into their psyche. I said going in, I said it all year, since December, Spurs in 6. Now, would I love to see them close it out in 5? You better believe it. Nobody will celebrate more than I will if they win in 5 games and make me 1 game short of my original prediction. Is my head telling me that 6 is more likely? It is.
Okay.
It is. I'm telling you God's truth right now. I'm still feeling Spurs in 6.
I will say this. If the Miami Heat ain't going to push this to Game 7, save me the flight. I don't need to come back here.
So if the Heat wins Sunday night, you're not coming back for Game 6.
No. I'm not going to be happy about being back because I'm not going to believe they can get it done in Game 6. I'm looking for Game 6. I'm looking for a Game 7.
That's what you want.
And right now, I don't even know if there's going to be a Game 6 at how pathetic they looked last night.
Skip Bayless
I'm very
says he's
demoralized.
going to celebrate if, in fact, they're able to do it in 5. That means he will be twerking on television, dancing and whatnot, perhaps.
Maybe for you, I would twerk.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You just have an honest politician. You guys like Skip twerking, the idea of that? Perhaps. We are done.
I wish we were back here so I could jump in the pool.
With the ladies. Yeah, why not, right?
You know what?
I don't think
that's a good idea for Game 6.
I don't think.
Right?
Game 6.
Crowd, you guys
Spurs
see him
in
Game
6.
6.
Yo, I'm going in the pool, baby.
Ernestine would not approve. Don't you dare.
She would be okay.
She would not. You see what's in that pool?
I didn't think of that.
Nobody,
I'm just thinking of me.
Just be you
Skip
by
Bayless
yourself.
is not getting in the pool. He's not getting in the pool, Ernestine. I won't allow it.
Last season he was a Steeler. Now he is a Bronco. Now he's at the pick board. Emmanuel Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for